Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is dedicated to how to tell if your relaxed hair is overprocessed and some remedies that you can undertake to fix the damage. But I'm going to preface this video by saying that if your relaxed hair is overprocessed, that is bad news bears. That pretty much means that you may be at the point of no return and may have to cut your hair and start all over again if that's something that you are willing to do. So let's start off by what you should look out for if you suspect that your relaxed hair has been overprocessed. So basically, overprocessed relaxed hair is limp, breaking off at the ends, and super dry. It looks lifeless. Basically, when you wash and dry your hair and try to style it, you can't do anything to it. Like, there's literally no life to it. So what exactly does overprocessed mean? Overprocessing your relaxed hair means that either you or your hairstylist have left the relaxer on for either A, too long, or B, have put it all over your hair, including the already relaxed parts. You should not be applying relaxer to already relaxed hair, okay? You're only supposed to apply relaxer to new hair growth. You've got to be really careful, and frankly, relaxing your hair isn't easy. I personally wouldn't recommend relaxing your own hair at home. Research your hairstylist, find a really good one in your city, and go to that person regularly. So fixing overprocessed hair doesn't happen overnight. If the hair is salvageable, you need to nurture it, baby it, and have patience. So what can you do if you suspect that your hair's been overprocessed? I would start with treatments that are classified as emergency treatments. So Apogee, I believe, has a 2-step protein treatment that can nurse your hair back to health. Also, Olaplex 3. I haven't tried Olaplex yet. I've just ordered it from the Sephora website and I'm super excited to get it. Now, I do not have overprocessed hair, but part of my job as a YouTuber who offers up tips for healthy relaxed hair is to try out some of these things that are on the market. My hair, I feel, is pretty healthy, but I do suffer from dry ends from time to time, so I'm excited to try out Olaplex 3 and see if it helps. Something you'll notice when you use these like hardcore protein treatments or things like Olaplex 3 is that your hair might feel dry afterwards. You need to follow up with a heavy-duty deep conditioner. So another thing that you should know with these protein treatments is that you should use them sparingly, meaning personally I would use them every second week, so twice a month, and honestly invest in a hood dryer or a steam cap so that when you've got these protein treatments on and the deep conditioning treatments on, it'll speed up that surge of moisture that your hair needs. Secondly, get yourself some sulfate-free products. That's generally really good advice for black hair on a whole. Too many sulfates can dry out hair even further. There are a ton out there that you can choose from. I use a few from Shea Moisture, and I've been using those regularly, and actually I see a difference in my hair. Mainly it's shinier. I really love shiny hair. It's a sign of healthy hair, so sulfate-free shampoos will help you get there. So once you get your sulfate-free shampoos and your thick, rich conditioners, wash your hair only once a week. You don't need to wash it any more than that. Again, you don't want to dry out your hair further, and I would recommend co-washing. Overprocessed relaxed hair needs some babying right now, and co-washing is super gentle. So if you opt to wash your hair once a week and you want to do co-washing, get yourself a really nice thick conditioner, massage your scalp, and focus on those ends to get that moisture back in there. One other thing that you want to avoid is direct heat on your hair. So curling irons, flat irons. Flat irons are really bad. You're gonna have to tuck those away for now. So find yourself some great protective styles, or put your hair in a bun and wear some wigs. You want to keep the direct heat out of your hair because, again, direct heat dries out your hair even further, and you don't want to fry your already delicate, fragile hair. So let's say that you've tried all of these steps to repair your overprocessed hair and it's not working. Then we've got a problem here. That's when you know that your hair is past the point of no return and you have to take some more drastic measures to get your hair back healthy again. So what happens if you can't really tell if there's no improvement? Here are a few signs that you should be looking for if your hair is at that point. So there's no improvement in elasticity. So let's say you are brushing or combing your hair and it's literally falling out. It is breaking severely. Your clothes are just covered in little bits of hair. That is one surefire way to know that your hair is severely damaged. If your hair continues to break off at just the lightest touch or tug, your ends have got to go. You're going to have to do the big chop there and frankly start over. Another way you can tell if your hair is severely damaged is if it's breaking off badly when your hair is wet. Generally, you're not supposed to be tugging or combing or brushing your hair when it's wet, but if your hair is wet and it's down and you're moving your head and you just notice it breaking off, there's another sign that it's severely damaged. Another thing to look out for is spongy hair. Basically, spongy hair is kind of slimy. So if it feels slimy to the touch and really soft and mushy, it is severely damaged. Spongy hair, when dry, also looks really rough, really dry, like hay. There's no shine to it. There's no life to it. That right there is a huge sign that you're going to have to cut off those really damaged ends. The only remedy if you are at this point is to cut your hair. Go to a seasoned professional, a great hairstylist, and have he or she cut off those damaged ends. I know that's painful. I know that cutting off your hair is kind of traumatizing, but cutting off those damaged ends into a hairstyle that you're comfortable with and starting from scratch, armed with knowledge on how to care for your hair and how to avoid those things that kill your hair, really will pay off in the long run. So I hope these tips help you get your overprocessed hair back to great, healthy, shiny hair. If you have additional tips on how to help out overprocessed hair, please leave them in the comments section. I would love that. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I've organized a whole bunch of playlists in my YouTube channel of how to take care of relaxed hair. I would love it if you check them out. Check me out on Instagram too. I'm at dominique.baker. I will definitely be incorporating more relaxed hair care tips into my Instagram because you guys seem to love that. So that wraps up this video. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now, guys.